Honor of Kings World just might be that game you've been looking for. If you liked Where Winds Meet, this right here. If you like Eastern MMOs, this right here. If you like action games, this right here. Honor of Kings World is an open world. They label themselves both as a multiplayer and an MMO action RPG developed by Timmy Studio. The game just launched in China today with a global release coming very, very soon. As per their tweet, the Eastern Fantasy multiplayer action RPG Honor of Kings World is opening its doors for the first ever PC alpha test. You can apply now. If you're at all interested, I have my own personal link. I'm not going to say why I have my own personal link yet, but you can go down and you can click that link. Do note this is not a sponsored video. Honor of Kings World expands the universe of the MOBA Honor of Kings, which is the world's most played mobile MOBA game, which peaks at over 100 million daily players in China. You guys thought that PUBG, that Apex, that Valorant, Overwatch 2, Marvel Rivals was popular? No, this game is all of those combined and then multiplied by double digits. Unlike its predecessor, the MOBA, this is a full Eastern fantasy open world adventure with actual, genuine, legitimate open world exploration, a detailed story, full co-op, full MMO style interactions with other players, and a bunch of different classes to utilize. It's built on Unreal Engine. It is a beautiful game. It does have that Eastern aesthetic that kind of feels reminiscent of Where Winds Meet, but it is more Shansha rather than Wuxia. Where Winds Meet was very much so Wuxia rather than Shansha. I'd also like to point out, before we delve any deeper into this, both Mrs. Dix and I actually were flown out last year for Gamescom. I think it was around like August to do a sponsored showcase for Honor of Kings World. And oh my God, was it a lot of fun. Like the version that we played was a ton of fun. Admittedly, I have not played the Chinese version yet. Not going to say why I haven't played it yet. Much like I'm not going to say why I have a link that you can use to sign up for the alpha. But we were sponsored to do a public showcase in front of thousands of people. And oh my God, it was fun. We got taken behind the scenes and we got to play the game for an extended period of time. We got to play through a bunch of the classes or test a bunch of the classes, play through a bunch of the game, the entire intro, hear the voice acting, see the cutscenes, see the animations and everything. And oh my God, were they good, crisp, fluid, smooth, and clean. And then now that the game is launched in China, like we've seen so much of what the game has to offer, and it blew our minds. I'm sure it's going to blow a lot of people's minds. You have a customizable protagonist, which I actually really do like. Also, the fact that there are so many cosmetic options in game. Outfits are the lifeblood of games like this. You can learn and swap between various different combat styles. There are, I believe, 10, 12 classes currently available in the Chinese version of the game. 5 are free, 5 are locked behind paid purchases. You can also earn the currency to unlock those 5 classes in game. But then there's, I think, 1 that's locked behind the battle pass, which I think is the only singular premium class in the game. So 11. There are 11 classes right now, I think, approximately. It has a seamless open world. It has Eastern aesthetics, fantasy aesthetics. This game is genuinely, unbelievably beautiful. This might just be one of the most beautiful multiplayer MMO Eastern Wuxia Shansha games of its kind. The game is very much so solo friendly, so if you're interested in tackling it by yourself, you can, but if you want to tackle it with other people, it has full MMO style interactions implemented. You can team up with friends, you can have full co-op adventures, you can go out and explore the world together. It's not a full persistent MMO world like, let's say, Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft. It's much closer to something like Where Winds Meet. That's why a lot of comparisons here are being made to Where Winds Meet. The game is full action combat. It's beautiful. Everything feels smooth. Everything feels responsive, reactive. The graphics are just absolutely incredible. It is also going to be completely cross-platform compatible, meaning that you can play it on PC and on mobile, just like Where Winds Meet. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. There is no gacha. There is no real pay to win in the game at present. There is gacha for cosmetics. Just once again, like Where Winds Meet. There are so many comparisons here you can make to Where Winds Meet. This is essentially a Shansha Where Winds Meet. It officially launched today, April 10th for PC. The mobile version has not rolled out. It's supposed to come out at some point in April or later. It is available via Chinese platforms. You do need a QQ account or a Wii game account. I think there are other ways you can get in as well. A separate global version, once again, is in full development. It has its own respective website. The alpha test is currently recruiting. The regions that'll be supported are North America, Europe, Southeast Asia. You can sign up right now if you're interested. This test phase is going to be exclusively for PC. I don't believe there's going to be any mobile testing done at present. It is a little unfortunate that we're not getting a full global release, and in fact, we're going to be releasing probably a couple months after the Chinese version of the game. I think that's going to set China up to be ahead and leave players wanting what China has, but plenty of MMOs, plenty of multiplayer games actually do that these days, as much as I dislike it. A global full release, however, is expected later at some point in 2026. It is unconfirmed when specifically. It might be a month from now, it might be 2 months from now. Given the alpha test is probably going to happen very soon, it might be closer than we think. Unfortunately, we do not have a Steam release confirmed yet. We do not have, or not that I'm aware of anyway, we also don't have consoles confirmed. The game has been in development since I think it was 2021, so it's been actively developed for over 5 years now. Once again, we got to play a test version of the game about, what, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, in August. I think it was, that's when Gamescom was in 2025, and it was very polished then. This release of the game is also very, very polished from everything I've seen on social media and everyone that I know that has been playing it. So I'm assuming here that the alpha test that's present is merely a means with which to test the localization of the game and make sure everything is functional for the global version. And that we're probably not going to get a beta test, and we're probably not going to have any further tests. Maybe a stress test just to make sure Tencent know what they're doing and that they have everything nice and contained. This very well could be the biggest MMO release. And if you don't want to refer to it as an MMO, then fine. It might be the biggest multiplayer release of 2026. Both the Chinese version, which has no doubt already been downloaded by tens of millions of players, but also the global version. With an IP as big as this that averages hundreds of millions of players every single week, every single month, there's no doubt in my mind this game is going to take the world by storm. If you're interested in other open world action games, I do have a video you can go ahead and take a look at that documents 10 of the best looking upcoming open world games you might be interested in. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.